Morning everybody, welcome back to another CYT-Crypto episode. My name is Stephen Aitchison and today we're going to go over the markets, just look at the markets in general, look at Bitcoin, see what it's doing. It's still over $7,000, which is fantastic, but I'm going to advise caution here. We've seen this before and we just have to be really careful. Now, I'm just seeing if this is working okay. We're having a wee bit of trouble with the kind of line this morning, the Wi-Fi, but hopefully it looks okay just now. Right, I'm just going to jump on and see if we've got people in. The settings on your YouTube settings might go a wee bit strange just now, so it might be a little bit fuzzy. If it is, just change your settings to HD. You should be able to get in there. It looks as if this is kind of stopping and starting, but we'll just continue as is. I've got a few people in just now and we'll just jump over. Who have we got in the house? We've got Kim O'Brien, one of our brilliant admins, is in the house. Welcome to you, Kim. Good to see you here. Cole Phillips is in. John Warburton, Tim Gash, one of our newest members of the premium channel. Welcome to you, Tim. Good to see you here, buddy. Chris Noble is in. Mervyn Skidmore, JC Stander, Adver Hagen, Alex Jug, Rob UK, one of our brilliant admins, is in as well. David Schwartz, Irish and Sketchy is in as well. So we've got a few people in just now. Stephen King's just joined us. Got 16 people watching. So crush the likes, everybody. If you like these videos, crush the likes. Kind of obviously that helps the channel grow as well. The more kind of likes you give. RC's in the house. Tim Gash, it's all good. My iPhone, no problems here. Brilliant. Jambe K is in the house as well. Good to see you here. Okay, so look at the markets overall just now. See what's happening in the markets. So we have $230 billion traded over the last 24 hours, which is good. Bitcoin dominance is slightly going down again to 52.8%. And this is why the alts are going up. People are starting to get a wee bit more confident about Bitcoin. But I'm going to advise caution here. We spoke yesterday. We'll look at this first. Okay, so Bitcoin dominance is 52.8%. Who's the winners? Holochain. I spoke about that yesterday as one of the top 7 projects to get 100% in. It's already gone up 27%. Up to, I think it was 13 Satoshi. It got to 13 Satoshi as highest, which was a 30-40% jump from yesterday, which was really good. And it's still up just now, which is good to see. Bitcoin EOS is starting to go up as well. So pay attention to EOS. It's starting to get more positive sentiment on EOS. MaidSafe Coin Dash IOTA is starting to jump up again. A lot of people talking about IOTA. Metaverse Tata 2 is up 8%. I've been seeing that quite a lot recently. KuCoin shares are up as well. Who's the biggest losers? Substratum, they'd already jumped as well. Aeon, Cybermiles, VeChain, Nano, Moac, OneChain. They've gone down because they'd already jumped over the last few days. That's why they've gone down. But there's about 30%, 35% in the red and about 65% in the green. Just now, just look at the next 100, just see kind of what's happening there. Noah Coin, I've seen that a couple of times as well. Namecoin, GoChain, Scry.info, Salt is coming back up. FuseX, Smart Mesh, Cube, Factum are all up in double digits, as is Neblio as well. I like Neblio as a project as well. TokenPay down 11%. Dent down 6%. And that was one of the ones I spoke about yesterday. It already jumped up from 29 Satoshi to about 58 Satoshi. So it's coming back down just now. So it might be a good opportunity to kind of look at getting back in. Linky, Dropel, Genesis Vision going down. Exec, RLC, Veritasium. So they're all down at the moment. So that's good to see. The alts are kind of coming up. We're just going to take a look at Bitcoin just now. Where is it just now? 7,070. Now on the 1 hour chart we can see this crossed over on the 725 EMA, crossed over at 6679, and we kind of laid, this is exactly what we did yesterday. I showed you yesterday the kind of resistance line was about 7,140. That was the resistance line. You can see it touched that and came back down. So we'll have to break through that resistance of 7,140 for this to keep going up, for this to be an uptrend. And the next resistance was about 7,530. I showed you yesterday, so it played out exactly kind of what we thought was going to do, touching the 7,140 and coming back down. You can see that very clearly there. And this might actually, it's not really a cup and handle it could form, but looks like a cup and handle there. If you can see that, it might come back down, then shoot back up over 7,140. However, we've seen this before, and we've seen how it can come down very, very quickly as well. So just be careful when you're trading. Set tight stop losses when you're trading as well. Don't be kind of over exuberant or overconfident that this is going up to over $8,000. We're still a long way to go before we're even in a bull trend. We're not in a bull trend. We're still very much in a bear trend just now. So we just have to be ultra cautious. I think what's going to happen here is Bitcoin is going to trade sideways for a bit and hopefully go back up over the 7,140, then 7,500, and then we can hopefully go up from there. And to me, a bull trend wouldn't be confirmed until we're really over 8,500 or something like that. And we'll just look at the day chart just now. So the day chart looks brilliant. It kind of crossed over at 6,502 and we're up to 7,068. So I would say the next big resistance is going to be here at 8,500. That's about 8,400, but that would be a big resistance as well. If we can get over that and kind of keep climbing from there, then I would say, okay, we're in a bull trend now. Now's the time to start buying. If we're looking at that resistance as well, 9,800 would be the next ones. But we'll have to get through that 7,140, then over 7,500. But we're above the 7,000 level just now, and it's staying above there at the moment. But just be ultra cautious and just keep a lookout for what Bitcoin is doing before getting into any alts. Okay, we'll take a look on Binance, what's doing well. QKC is doing well at the moment. That's up, that's on the day chart, it's just crossed over, the 7MA has just crossed over, so that looks to be good to get in for the longer term. On the 1 hour, it's crossed over a long time ago actually, at 422. So it's climbed over 25% already, starting to come down a wee bit now, but still looking good from its lows, recent lows of 362. So QKC, Grossly Coin as well is up, but starting to come back down just now. Luma's up as well. So the overall trends for the alts are starting to show signs of a kind of an uptrend, but again, just be ultra cautious. And I'm saying that because I'm normally a very optimistic person. I see everything kind of in a positive light. But we've been here before many times over the past couple of months where we think Bitcoin is going up, then it shoots back down again. So we'll have to be kind of really cautious about what's happening. Who's the losers? HOT is down on 211 Satoshi, but we'll just look on Binance and look at the kind of order books. I always like to look at the order books. You can't be 100% sure on that, but it gives you some kind of indication of what is happening. So we'll look at HOT. So you can see it was up to 13 Satoshi. So the order book to buy 11 Satoshi is 1.5 billion. Order book to sell 12 Satoshi is 863 million tokens. So that's looking good for HOT just now to go back up. And if we can get over 1314, I think it could shoot up. I think we're definitely going to see 100% ROI on that for sure. Going up to 20, 21 Satoshi. Not just because of the technicals, but because of the fundamentals as well. I just think it could be a really good project for the future. PundiX is starting to climb up Satoshi by Satoshi. It did hit 30 at one point. And what's the order books? 29 at 210 million, 28 at 119 million. So it's looking as if it wants to push down a wee bit. So there's still a chance to get in. People might start getting in. This month's airdrop is going to be the same, or the start of the new kind of airdrop system as well. And if you're on Binance, you're going to get the airdrop for PundiX. That's been confirmed as well. So we will get that for the community token as well. Should get another 20,000 or so of PundiX for the community token, which will be dished out in October, or we can keep it for a wee bit longer if you want. I'll just get a consensus from the group. What else is kind of going up? Salt starting to climb, we've seen that as well on Binance. So it's doing well over the last couple of days. As his cloak kind of shot up, I don't know if that was like a pump and dump there. And BCN is doing okay as well. Okay, we'll just go back to the chat, see who else is in this morning. Davey Stew is in the house, one of our Brown admins. Welcome to you, Davey. Good to see you, buddy. T Films is in. Good morning from Atlanta, everybody. Atlanta. What time is it over there in Atlanta? Midnight-ish. Mervyn Skidmore, if you like what you see, press the like and you'll be free to watch more vids of Crypto Steve with Bitcoin knowledge up his sleeve. Ooh, very poetic. Thank you very much, Mervyn. Crypto Dread, there he goes. What's up, big guy? FLA up here. Smash those likes, people. Thanks very much, Crypto Dread. Good to see you, buddy. Stu Johnson is in house. Vin is in house as well. Davey Stew, he's given me a donation. Thank you very much, Davey. Smash the likes. He's saying $4.49. Thank you, or $4 Australian $49. Thank you very much for that. Really appreciate it. Gene is in the house. Morning all. Nice and sunny here this morning. Northern Ireland. Hi, have a gut feeling BTC won't go below 5,800 and LTC not below 50. But this is crypto, so anything is possible. Anything is possible. And there's an article there that I'm going to share with you that says Bitcoin could retest 5,800. We don't want it to retest 5,800 because it's tested that maybe 3 or 4 times before. And usually when it tests 3 or 4 times before, just like on the upside, on the downside, it usually kind of it goes through if it tests it again and again and again. So we were trying to break the kind of maybe 6,200 a few times. It done it about 3 or 4 times and then it broke through it. Same with the downside as well. As if it tests 5,800 again, we might break to the downside again. That's why I'm saying just be ultra cautious about your trading just now. David Clayton is in. Welcome to you. David Stew, the whole crypto sentiment seems to be much more positive right now. It does. It really does. And that's why I'm saying kind of be kind of cautious as well. But the overall sentiment is really good with the kind of more and more people talking about institutional investors coming in as well. And it seems to be a slow trickle of people coming into crypto, new people coming into crypto. People like you and I, not the institutional investors, they're in already and they're starting to come in more and more. But new people like yourself and I, they seem to be coming in and starting to kind of invest. And I read an article this morning as well that 18% of students, American universities, had some form of crypto. 18%. I thought that was extremely high, but that's a good sign as well. Rishikesh Chowdhury, BNB coin burn is coming, and I'm pretty much confident at least 1.5x of minimum hype. What says Steve? BNB, what's happening with BNB? I love BNB for the long term. It's a $100 coin waiting to happen without a doubt. Where is it just now? Is at 156,000 Satoshi at the moment. Has been as high as 168. We'll look on the day chart. So it's been as high as 260,000. So it's definitely on an uptrend from where it was. We're talking back in December. Definitely on a big uptrend. We'll just kind of put a line in there, see what it is. Trend line. Kind of there just now. You can see it's definitely on an uptrend there, and it has been since December. And not surprising with BNB. I just think it's a brilliant project. They're making money. That's a big thing about the Binance coin as well. They're actually making money month over month, and it's working for them. So when a project is actually making money, they've got a product there, obviously. They're doing kind of innovative things as well. They're talking about kind of banking system, things like that as well. I just think this could explode at one point, or it might just go up slowly and just kind of creep up, and jump up, a wee bit down, jump up, higher highs, higher lows as well. We can see there with this as well. Just kind of look at this. So again, the higher highs, although it's just coming down to test this again, 141,000. So we don't want it to go below that. But I think long-term hold, I think the Binance token is a surefire thing as anything in crypto, to be honest. I just think it's going to do amazing. And with the coin burns that they're having as well, yep, you're right. I think it could do really, really well. But it's come down a wee bit just now. So it could be a good time to get in, 157,000 Satoshi. but you don't want it to break that trend line. But if you're going to be holding for the long term, I don't suppose it kind of matters anyway. Getting in at these prices, dollar cost averaging down. So even if you bought up here, your dollar cost average down, I think you're just definitely going to be safe with Binance. It'd be one of the tokens that would, if I had $1 million and I had to split it between 10, Binance would definitely be one of them. Chardan is in the house. Welcome to you. Crypto Don Juan, good morning to you as well, buddy. Mervyn Skidmore, anyone see the Crypto Crow interview with Tone Bays last night? No, I didn't actually see it. I'll need to get that. I'll post a link to that once I find it. I like Crypto Crow. Chris Winch is in. Morning to you. Good to see you here, mate. Right, okay, what about the news? What's been happening in the news? Oh, just a wee bit. So we're on Crypto Daily just now. So Crypto Daily is talking about institutional investors are ready for Bitcoin. So professional services from Deloitte are alleged to have completed a new research project into blockchain investment from their clients within the technology and media industries. The bottom line of the research is that 3 institutions are ready to invest in blockchain technologies, a readiness that could in turn inspire major institutional investment into cryptocurrency and blockchain projects such as Bitcoin. So this research comes as part of a bigger push from Deloitte into exploring how their clients can benefit from investment in the cryptosphere. As a result of this, the research carried out has been done so on a vast scale, covering 1,053 clients across 7 different countries. And Deloitte's findings point out that 84% of firms surveyed believe that the blockchain will see adoption soon enough. So this is another piece of positive news. Not just from the institutional side, but for the cryptosphere as a whole. It means more and more people are coming in. They're seeing the benefits of blockchain, but they're seeing the benefits of cryptocurrency as well, especially Bitcoin. And if Bitcoin goes up, obviously the alts are going to go up, unless it kind of shoots up. If Bitcoin shoots up kind of $1,000 or $500,000 at a time, the alts are going to come down, but they will eventually catch back up again. And remember, if you've got kind of alts just now, we have to kind of keep remembering this. If you've got alts just now and they don't move in Satoshi value, but the Bitcoin price doubles, then the value, the dollar value of your altcoins will double at the same time as well. So we have to remember that as well. But obviously, if Bitcoin did double, a lot of people are getting out of alts to get into Bitcoin for it to double. But if we get institutional investors in, it could easily double and the alts could still come up as well. So I spoke about that scenario as well. So that was a piece of good news. That was from Crypto Daily. I'm starting to like this site more and more for the news. And this is another one. This was, it's not a negative sentiment. It just says Bitcoin poised for a retest of 5,800 support in September. And this is what we don't want. So this is quite a good article, just kind of looking at this as well. It says it seems to have made a recovery over the last few days, but since the beginning of this month has been trading in a big rising wedge that extends all the way to Bitcoin's downtrend resistance. The above daily chart for BTCUSD shows that the price has room to rally till about 7,500 as mentioned in one of our previous analyses, but any positive momentum at this stage will most likely be short-lived as Bitcoin risks falling back to 5,800 support once it breaks out of the rising wedge. So talking about the rising wedge here, which you can see, if it does break below that, they're talking about testing 5,800, and we don't want that. We definitely don't want that. That's another reason I'm kind of just saying be ultra cautious about your trading just now. And if you've got profits just now, it might be wise to kind of look at taking them, or just keep a very close eye on Bitcoin as well. And it's not being kind of pessimistic. It's just knowing what's happened over the last couple of months to us, up and down, up and down. It's just been a bit kind of a shitty time for Bitcoin. Do I believe it's going to go up? Yes, without a doubt. There's no doubt in my mind that we're going to reach $20,000, $30,000 for Bitcoin. Before the end of the year. I'd still say it's going to happen before the end of the year as well. But you just have to be ultra cautious. I'm just not trusting. I don't know if it's trusting Bitcoin as such. Obviously, investors like yourself and I obviously would like to see it go up. But there's just too much manipulation for me. So that's why I'm just kind of being ultra cautious as well. So this is quite a good article. If you want to read this as well, I'll post a link to all the articles that I'm talking about today. I've kind of done that one already. And what was it? Daily Hodl, Bitcoin short squeeze to 10k, maybe 20k. So this is on the other side. This is a kind of flip side. This is from dailyhodl.com. So they're talking about in April it went from 7k to 10k with the short squeeze, and a short squeeze is when the Bitcoin price rises. Obviously the shorts, the number of people who are going short, or the kind of bears, kind of decrease. So the number of people going long will increase, pushes the Bitcoin price up. The shorts get squeezed out. That's what it means by a short squeeze. So basically they're either getting liquidated or they're closing out the positions before they get liquidated, which means in turn they're really effectively buying back Bitcoin. So the Bitcoin price rises. Again, more shorters get squeezed out, so it keeps on rising and it keeps on going up like that. So what they're saying in this article, it could go up to 10k with a short squeeze, or even 20k with a short squeeze as well. So this is kind of on the flip side of what we're talking about from cryptodaily.co.uk. They were talking about retesting 5,800, but Daily Hodl kind of on the other side saying there might be a short squeeze up to 10k or maybe even 20k. So interesting. And this was really interesting to me as well. Adoption confirmed. 42% of the world's top 50 universities now offer at least one course on cryptocurrency or blockchain. Stanford University tops the list with the highest number of crypto courses. So I thought that is really interesting, and it's a sign of the times as well, when the universities are starting to offer courses on blockchain and cryptocurrency as well. So that's another positive sign. So there's positive road signs all over the place for the crypto sphere as a whole. That's why I'm not worried about kind of cryptocurrency. It's never going to die. It's getting to that tipping point of the kind of mass adoption stage. Once it reaches that tipping point and it goes over it, there's no going back. But we're still climbing up. If you imagine it as a seesaw, and we're kind of just there just now, we're kind of at an angle of maybe 30 degrees or something. We're still trying to climb that kind of seesaw, and once it reaches a tipping point and goes back down, that's when mass adoption is going to occur, and then there's just no going back. So it won't be a case of, is cryptocurrency going to survive? It's just, where are we going to go with cryptocurrency? It's just when that happens, and I think that's going to happen probably next year. I think the kind of we can actually say mass adoption has started, and it's starting already. It's slowly climbing up, and we can see a much more positive future for the cryptocurrency as a whole and the cryptosphere as a whole. I still think we'll get a lot of the alts kind of disappearing, and the cream will rise to the top. This is an article from Crypto Daily as well. As I said, I'm really liking these kind of articles from Crypto Daily. August recovery could set BTC, Ethereum and XRP up for a September run. So they've got an article talking about retesting 5,800. Now they've got this kind of article talking the other way, but it's just two sides of the story. That's what they're kind of talking about. So throughout today, the markets have finally started making positive movements off the back of what thus far has been a very positive week. Granted, as we write this, things could change, and by the time you read this, Bitcoin could be back to 6,500. This is the beauty of cryptocurrency, and that is the beauty of cryptocurrency. That's what makes it so exciting as well. You can get this excitement in the stock market if you're trading this. Well, I suppose you could if you're day trading or something, but this is what makes cryptocurrency so exciting. Your emotions are kind of all over the place with cryptocurrency. You look at your portfolio and you go, oh wow, this is brilliant, it's up. And then you look at 2 months later and you go, oh shit, this is down. Then you look at it again and say, oh wow, it's going up. It's just, you don't get this anywhere else. And this is why cryptocurrency is so exciting as well. But emotionally, it can be really draining as well. So what they're talking about in this article, this afternoon Bitcoin was valued at 7,027, up 4.3% at the time of writing, and likely to continue rising through the afternoon. Bitcoin has recently struggled to get around 6,500, but thankfully has now climbed past this point. 7,000 has offered very little resistance. Therefore, we can now confirm that finally Bitcoin is back on the up, which is good. So Ethereum is relishing in the positive market trend too, and it's up to 287. We're just going to look at Ethereum at the moment, see what is happening with Ethereum BTC. Look at the BTC value. In fact, we'll look at the USD value. Ethereum dollar, we'll look at Bitfinex. So where is it just now? $292, and you can see it's not an all-time low, but as low since November 2017. It had gone as low as that, kind of possibly even a wee bit lower than that. So is now a good time to invest in Ethereum? A lot of people are saying Ethereum's dead, but I don't think Ethereum is dead. I'd be cautious of it, but I don't think it is dead. We've got other projects coming out that could not scupper Ethereum, but I just think Ethereum are going to be working in the background to make things go faster. Obviously, that's the main issue just now, the speed of it, and I think that's once they get that sorted, Ethereum is just going to take off again. Where is NEO at the moment? We'll look at the USD value. $20.46. Again, that was its all-time low. It's near an all-time low. Not an all-time low. Since September 2017. It was low at $20 September 2017. So is it time for NEO to really start climbing again? On a daily chart, 7 EMA has just crossed over the 25 EMA, or it's just starting to cross over. Oh, it's just crossed. So that looks good for NEO as well. And I finally got into NEO a few weeks ago. I just bought 30 tokens of it, and I'll just collect the gas. And I've got Trinity Network as well. Hopefully that'll start going back up when NEO goes up, and gas is going back up as well, which is a good sign. Okay, we'll just go back to chat, see what's happening in the chat. CryptoDon1, hit the like button. Does it booth? Morning, Steve. LTC cheap. LTC is really cheap just now. So we'll see where LTC is. USD. $61.95. Who'd have thought that would have kind of ever happened? After we've seen a kind of big huge rise up to kind of $150 or something. Computer's really slow. So where was that? When was the last time it was at this price? Again, it was around about kind of October time 2017. So maybe another great opportunity to get in something. We're talking about went up to 359, not 150, but 359 kind of dollars. So that's what 5x from here. So it could be another great one to kind of look at as well. Honest Crypto Journey is back in the house. Welcome to you. Good to see you here. Saw your vid from yesterday. You didn't include KIN in your top 6 picks. Any reason? The current price 100% ROI should be easily achievable. I do think KIN is going to be 100% ROI without a doubt. I think it's sitting on 80 million market capitalization just now for KIN, and I think it's going to do really well as well. I've always said that about KIN as well. And it's just something I missed off. There's probably loads of kind of alts that are going to be 100% ROI. The ones that I kind of picked yesterday was just ones that I kind of looked at quickly, and probably because they're on Binance as well. I'm obviously biased towards kind of Binance. That's where I kind of trade, but we'll have to look at other ones as well. IDEX, I noticed Invatio as well had shot up as well the other day. I don't know if that's what happened over the last 7 days. That was another one we were into. Invatio is down at 149 Satoshi, and it kind of jumped up to about 588 Satoshi, and it's now back down again to 320 Satoshi just now. So Invatio done really well over the last kind of week. So that jumped kind of up about 300%, 400%, nearly 400%. So if you're still in Invatio, that'd be a good thing. I'm not into Invatio again. I had some for the long term, but I had to kind of sell out for trading. So, but if you stayed in Invatio, that's brilliant kind of investment for you as well. Let's see any more comments. No comments there, so we'll go back to news. So I've done that. August recovery. Elon Musk, I thought this was he's kind of put a tweet out saying at this point I want Ethereum, even if it is a bit of a scam. Elon Musk wants to buy Ethereum. So I thought that was quite interesting as well. And this will be on Twitter. ETH scams, before we get all too excited. Exactly this. This isn't a glowing recommendation. So they're saying, is this a scam? So we need to kind of look at that. Elon Musk buy Ethereum. We'll just see if that's kind of confirmed, if it was from his Twitter. Right, so it was arguably the world's foremost on Twitter. Finally, it had its mention of Ethereum, while this would normally be seen as a potential turning point for this nascent industry. Musk's mention of the public was through the lens of it possibly being a scam. On Tuesday, technology-centric news aggregator posted a tweet that highlighted Twitter's removal of 486 accounts that reported participating in what has been subject to attack via Twitter accounts acting in a militant. Fittingly responded to the tweet, noting that was a great action made by the social media giant. So I'm just looking through this to see if it was an actual scam or it was genuine. So we don't know if it's I don't know if it's been confirmed yet. We need to look at the news on that as well. This is quite good. TRON announces that it will jump on the Sato wallet bandwagon, another arrow in the quiver. TRON have just got the fingers in every pie just now. So on the 27th of August, the TRON Foundation announced on their official Twitter handle that they would like to initiate a partnership with Sato Wallet. This partnership, which was just revealed, will add another boost to the TRON Behemoth and the imminent launch of the TRON virtual machine, scheduled to go live on the 30th of August. So TRON's announcement came in the form of a retweet of Samuel Benedict's tweet teasing users of a TRON collaboration with Sato Wallet. And Samuel Benedict is the CEO of Sato Wallet. The wallet was in the news for announcing a partnership with Changelly. So again, TRON, the fingers in every pie just now, and I think that's why it's going to be good for the long term. I don't think there's any issues with TRON at all. And I was into it big time before. Again, I'm not into it just now. So I'm hodling at the moment. I'm not actually doing a lot of trading. I'm just hodling at the moment, seeing what happens with the likes of BABB and XTRD. Kind of got a lot of them as well, and a few others as well. And hopefully, I'm looking to get an interview with the XTRD CEO, and just to see kind of what's happening with the updates on that. I know a lot of you kind of got into XTRD and the recommendation a few months ago with myself, and I still think it's good for the long term. What they're trying to do is kind of look at institutional investors and get them on board with the Fix API and kind of gather up all the prices from all the exchanges, so you can get the best one when you're trading on it, or the institutions can, but there's going to be kind of trading for the likes of you and I as well. So I think that would be I think that could be a really good one, but we need to wait and see what's happening. So I'm going to hopefully get an interview with the CEO, Alex Kravets, and we'll see what happens there as well. I've spoken to him on Telegram. So we'll see what happens with XTRD as well. Institutionals, I've just kind of read that one out, done that one. New cryptocurrency exchange backs is for investors, not traders, says NCO. We'll just look at the crypto vibe. I just looked at this very quickly. So Kelly Loeffler, the CEO of ICO Microsoft Crypto Venture Backed, has offered an insight into just how the platform will operate. Following the recent news of a high-profile project involving, among others, Microsoft and the company behind the New York Stock Exchange, the CEO of Backed has taken the opportunity to give a little more detail regarding exactly how it will work. In a blog titled An Evolving Market, and I'll kind of post this for you as well, the need for trusted price information, Loeffler both addresses some of the concerns regarding current crypto investment options, certainly those held by many institutional investors, and exactly how Backed hopes to mitigate for them. So they're really talking about this is really for institutional investors. That's still good for us as a whole. That's still really good for the crypto sphere as a whole. And this is what might drive kind of the SEC to approve a Bitcoin ETF. That is coming. It's just when it comes is the thing just now. And I think everybody's still on tenterhooks about that, about Bitcoin and the price of Bitcoin and it relying on the ETF as well. So it's still good the Backed are just really mainly for institutional investors because it means more money is coming into the crypto market. And that's what we need. We need new money into the crypto market, and it's coming slowly but surely. So I'm still extremely positive about crypto as a whole. Andreas, good morning to you. Alex Chug, I follow Elon on Twitter and just found his reply on Twitter, but I believe it was a bit sarcastic in my humble opinion. I need to have a wee look at that. We'll just look at it just now, we've got time. Twitter.com, and we'll look for Elon Musk. Right, so where is tweets and replies. Right, so this is apparently this is the scam ones coming out. So I need to kind of look at that further. Unless you've got the tweet there, anybody that I can actually look at. Put a link on Telegram group. Yep, we'll do. Tony, morning all. Still an Mbachi on Kin. XTRD. Put most of my trading on hold a month back. Bought EOS though last week. Excellent. Good decision for EOS. That's starting to climb back up again. So that's good, Tony. Atif, hi Steve, can you do a quick one for TNB on Binance? Had a lower wax till 161, which is my worry. Current price is 180 sat, which is nice too. So Time New Bank, we'll just have a look at that. TNB. Okay, so where are we just now? This is on the daily chart. So this is up to 180 just now. And we'll just look at it on the 4-hour chart and go down the way. 4-hour chart looks as if it's going to go down a teeth. If we look on the 1-hour chart, that's on a downer as well. So the 70 EMA is crossed down over the 25 EMA. This is short term, but what's it looking like long term? Certainly on an uptrend. Here, if you can see the uptrend from here. So it is on an uptrend. It's looking to break through 208. Before it's confirmed again. If you can break through 208, round about 208, say 206, 208. If we can break through that, that would be good for Time New Bank. So it's on a downtrend, a slight downtrend at the moment. So from 186, but not that much. I would say a tight stop loss just in case, and maybe get back in again when you start to see it rising. If it breaks this trend line, then it might be kind of going down again. So I'll just be cautious with that. I'll definitely be cautious with looking at that. I should go up. I put a link. Excellent. So put a link up to that. Okay, was there any more news? I've done that. I've done that one. What else was interesting? This is about BACT. I'll put the too much to kind of look at there. I think that's it. I've done all the news for today. I'll just run through it quickly. So if that was confirmed from Elon Musk about Ethereum, that could push the price up. That was my portfolio there, which is doing rubbish. And I've still got Howdo to put in there as well. They've not released the tokens yet, and I'm a long-term holder of Howdo as well. Or I'm going to be a long-term holder of Howdo. What's happening on Binance at the moment? Still hot. Is up to 11 Satoshi, or down to 11 Satoshi. So it was up about 44% at one point, and then it's come back down obviously to Satoshi. So every 1 Satoshi represents 10% climb for Holochain. What else is coming up? Much MFT is coming back up. So have a look at, kind of like to do this, the coins under 100. So it was 5 yesterday, it'll probably still be 5 today. Yeah, it is 5 today. The coins under 500 should be around about the same at 34, 32, 2, 4, 6, 8, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13 for VET. 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 25 at key, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31. So it's gone down a wee bit. So 31, I think it was 32 yesterday. Under 500 Satoshi. I just think that gives a wee kind of benchmark for what's happening in the crypto markets as a whole. So this is on Binance. So 31 coins under 500 Satoshi. And it was a couple of weeks ago, it was about 42 coins under 500 Satoshi, but now we're down to 31. So that's a good indication as well. Back, I think that's it for just now. I'll just see if there's any in the chat. Yeah, I think that's it for just now. Covered news, covered the markets. We'll just have a quick look at what's happening with Bitcoin again. BTCUSD. So still up to 7,050 just now. It was just, as we say, we kind of crossed over the 70 EMA on the 25 EMA. It's crossed down on that, so we have to be really careful and just keep a close eye on that. So where would we kind of look at the 4 hours? Still looking good on the 4 hourly chart and on the daily chart as well. And the reason obviously we look at the different charts is just that the daily chart gives us a macro view. The weekly chart obviously would give us a bigger macro view. The 4 hour chart is a good one to look at as well for the overall trend. And the 1 hour chart kind of gives us what's happening on a kind of micro kind of level. And this is where a lot of day traders are coming in and looking at the charts. On a 15-minute chart, you might even day trade on a 15-minute and a 5-minute. It's 2 up and down just now on the 5 minutes. So I wouldn't like to trade on the 5 minutes with Bitcoin. The 15-minute chart looks good. Just coming down slightly just now, but it's not crossed down over. Okay, one last kind of look at the comments. What are your low market cap coins? Mines are A-Chain, Boss Coin, which is a smart contract project, and just on KuCoin, and going to list directly on 2 more exchanges this month. SyncFab is 0.02 of ICO. My kind of low market cap coins just now are BABB, just now XTRD, AdBank, BitDegree is when I go into the ICOs as well. I've still got Wager. Wager I've held, that was the very first token I bought, and I still hold it. And I'm reluctant to get rid of it, Wager, because it's up to, I think it's about $3,000. It's worth $3,500 just now, and I bought it for $1,000, $30,000 for $1,000 or something. So it's up kind of still over 200%, but I'm reluctant to get rid of it. I still think it's going to do well. Wager, so that would be a low market one. I don't know what the market capitalization would be for Wager actually. WGR, I don't know what the recent one is. 21 million, so that'd be considered low market cap as well. Would Kin be low market cap? Yeah, it's under 100 million, but I'd like a kind of ultra low market cap of under 20 million. Where is BABB just now? I don't think a lot is going to happen with BABB until there's more kind of positive news about the banking license, or maybe a private investor. I think they've got maybe private investors. They kind of mentioned that, or hinted at that the other day on the Medium article. So I don't think a lot is going to happen. Obviously the dollar value has gone up because the Bitcoin dollar value has gone up, but they're still saying around 9 Satoshi. Just now we'll just look on KuCoin and see what BABB are doing. It's obviously at 9 Satoshi. Look at the markets, going to BAX, and look at the order book. So it's 8 Satoshi and 9 Satoshi. So Satoshi value is kind of going down a wee bit, but the volume is extremely low at one kind of Bitcoin on KuCoin. I'm just hoping they don't get chucked up KuCoin for low volume trading. So they've got 8 Satoshi 32 million, 2.6 Bitcoin, 9 Satoshi sell 0.7, 10 Satoshi sell 1.7 Bitcoin. So we just have to be careful of that as well. But once they get more news of maybe private investors and the banking license from Lithuania, I think that's going to be the first one. I don't think there's going to be any issues with BABB at all. While BABB is really cheap, it is really cheap just now. And I think I sold my 11 million. It was 11 million a few months back. I keep saying a few weeks ago, but it wasn't a few months back now. I think I sold at 16, 17 Satoshi. So again, in half that just now. So it might be worth looking at BABB again just to get back in. So I could get 10 million really just now for half the price what I sold it for. So it might be a good time to look at it again. If I had the money, if I had the spare cash to do that. Okay, I'm going to leave it there for today. That's been kind of 45 minutes. We'll try and keep it down to 45 minutes from now on. A lot of people are saying that the hour is too long to spend, but we'll try and keep it down to 45 minutes. And that's it. That's it for today. Thank you very much for joining me. And obviously, if you want to join us in the premium channel, Tim Gashi just joined us yesterday as well. Hopefully you enjoyed that already, Tim. And we'll be doing daily calls there as well. We'll be kind of cautious today. We'll keep on looking at the Bitcoin price today before we make the calls, but we'll still be making the calls as normal as well. And thank you very much for joining me today. Really appreciate your time, and I will see you tomorrow, same time, same place. Until then, namaste. Take care. Bye now.
Here's to the crazy ones, the misfits, the rebels, the troublemakers, the round pegs in the square holes, the ones who see things differently. They're not fond of rules, and they have no respect for the status quo. You can quote them, disagree with them, glorify or vilify them. About the only thing you can't do is ignore them, because they change things. They push the human race forward. While some may see them as the crazy ones, we see genius. Because the people who are crazy enough to think they can change the world are the ones who do. Here's to the crazy ones, the misfits, the rebels, the troublemakers, the round pegs in the square holes, the ones who see things differently. They're not fond of rules, and they have no respect for the status quo. You can quote them, disagree with them, glorify or vilify them. About the only thing you can't do is ignore them, because they change things. They push the human race forward. While some may see them as the crazy ones, we see genius. Because the people who are crazy enough to think they can change the world are the ones who do. Here's to the crazy ones, the misfits, the rebels, the troublemakers, the round pegs in the square holes, the ones who see things differently. They're not fond of rules, and they have no respect for the status quo. You can quote them, disagree with them, glorify or vilify them. About the only thing you can't do is ignore them, because they change things. They push the human race forward. While some may see them as the crazy ones, we see genius. Because the people who are crazy enough to think they can change the world are the ones who do. Here's to the crazy ones, the misfits, the rebels, the troublemakers, the round pegs in the square holes, the ones who see things differently. They're not fond of rules, and they have no respect for the status quo. You can quote them, disagree with them, glorify or vilify them. About the only thing you can't do is ignore them, because they change things. They push the human race forward. While some may see them as the crazy ones, we see genius. Because the people who are crazy enough to think they can change the world are the ones who do. Here's to the crazy ones, the misfits, the rebels, the troublemakers, the round pegs in the square holes, the ones who see things differently. They're not fond of rules, and they have no respect for the status quo. You can quote them, disagree with them, glorify or vilify them. about the only thing you can't do is ignore them, because they change things. They push the human race forward. While some may see them as the crazy ones, we see genius. Because the people who are crazy enough to think they can change the world are the ones who do.